All right, welcome back. Here we are to talk about episode 8 of Iron Fist.
Marathon continues.
We're going crazy.
Claire, letter, Luke, prison.
All right, while Lee reads through his notes, I'm
Colleen.
going to say, so this ended. They finally got Gao.
We're starting at the end now?
That's just because it's the only thing I remember. I got to work
Okay.
my way
I
back.
could just tell you what happened.
Got to
at the
use
beginning.
science. So
Okay.
how did it start?
So it starts with, it's actually kind of cool. Danny's on the phone, leaving a message for Claire.
Yes.
Claire's in the shower. You see someone take Claire's phone. Oh,
While
shit.
holding like a blade.
Yeah, and you're like, uh-oh, they're there. Oh, fuck, right?
But
And
it's
then-
okay because Danny's on his way up.
Well, so Danny hangs up, and it's like bing bong, and he walks through. But he's at Harold's hidey hole suite, HQ.
Yes.
And then you're like, oh no,
They're all there alone.
She's fucked. But that turns out to be Colleen went there
Yes, to save her.
to get Claire, which is awesome. And Danny Rand is in that HQ, turns the corner, gigantic bloodstain. Oh, shit!
No.
But
He
then
hears
Ward
something,
comes
so
home.
he hides,
Right.
turns the corner.
It's Ward.
It's
yeah.
Ward with a
with a bag. Looks like
an
it could-
Oscar-worthy performance.
He was great. I loved it.
What did he lose? His chia seeds or some bullshit?
Totally played it off, and he's been coming more and more unhinged, and he has pills now,
Yeah.
I guess, but still, he totally was able to make this whole thing work. And we find out at the end of the scene he was holding a bag full of cleaning shit.
Yes,
instead of,
that's what made me
Mushu
love
chicken
that
and all that
scene. I
stuff,
was like,
yeah.
oh my god, he's holding all the stuff to clean this blood up.
So he had to play it off, even though he knew he was holding all that shit, which is amazing. But yeah, he's just acts like what do you mean? He's like, you don't want to see this. I think you should you should sit down. He's like, I think you should shut the fuck up and let me go. And then he goes, oh, I'm like, fuck, this is bad.
Yeah.
This is bad. And then he spins it around because he has all this pent up shit against Danny anyway. So he
It all Danny's
he spins it around. Well, how could you're a fucking moron. How could you do this? What were
You're
you
a
thinking?
cancer, Danny. You bring nothing but pain and suffering into my life. Get out. I don't want you to hang near me or Joy ever again.
I never want you to talk to me and my son ever again. And he walks out.
Daughter. Sister.
There's a meme on the internet.
You're
never,
a meme
never
on the
talk
internet.
to me and my son
You
ever
blinky
again.
son of a bitch.
What?
I mean,
Oh, would you like me to blink on the internet? Become a meme?
yes.
It's a maze. So then most of this episode takes place with fucking them going to Anzao,
China.
which is in China. There's a plane trip there where they talk about some shit.
They rehash.
Yeah.
Fear of flying. Go figure.
She doesn't like turbulence. Doesn't like flying over the mountains and having turbulence.
Who
the
does?
funk?
Who does?
Right. I don't know if turbulence are. She's like, turbulence are scary, but they're harmless. I'm like, isn't sufficient turbulence just your plane crashing at that point? I don't know how turbulence works.
I don't want to learn anything more about it firsthand, I assume.
No, I don't like it. But they go through the whole thing. He talks, we fill in more tiny, painstaking detail. We get a few more glimpses into what's happened in this thing that we've seen over and
Yeah,
over
you
and
see the
over again.
pilots and that, their veins are bulging and
We
stuff.
noticed that, yeah.
Which we then find out is because they were poisoned.
Because it's Gal's poison.
Oh my god.
Which we find out due to
That
this.
poison does seem instantaneous, though. I wonder how she did that. Did she put it in their food that she knew they would eat at a certain point in the trip?
It makes no sense.
Was she on there? Or tink tink and jumped off? Makes as much sense as anything else.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll ever address it, but that would be the thing
She's
that would
magic.
make sense. She's magic, but then why is she being led away like a disobedient
Well,
child?
it's kind of that thing I'm just doing what I want to do. Now I'll be with you. I'll
Yeah.
send my people. I don't know, some bullshit. But yeah, she definitely is like a scared kitten next to the Iron Fist, and you can't even be like, oh, her powers don't work on the Iron Fist. We've only ever seen them used on the Iron Fist, and they worked.
Yep, and we said maybe she, because now that his fist is activated, but we've already established he can only really do it once a day, and he has to charge up his chi again.
Yeah.
So what the fuck's going on? Fuck. She went like this, and he flew across the room.
Into
All right.
into crates,
And
through
smash
them,
into
yeah.
some shit, yeah. And now she's just like, oh no, and she's gotten taken it. I have no idea
Well,
what's going on.
Maybe hers only works once a day too, and she's already used it today, or maybe because she's not the Iron Fist, it only works once a month. Or
Who the fuck knows? Obviously that's possible, but holy shit, who the fuck knows?
we'll see if they give us any more information in the coming episodes. We have
fuck else
4
did I
after
write down?
this.
There's 4 after this.
Yeah.
9, 10,
Wait, 12 or
11,
13?
12, 13. There's
Oh
5
God,
after
there's
this.
5.
We're gonna die here.
What a chore.
All right, so we should just highlight a few more things. Back at home while they're in China, before we cap off with a good thing.
Uh-huh.
Back at home while the Danny and Danny's Angels are in China, it's Joy and Ward at home going through all this family shit.
Yeah.
They drop in a little thing without naming Jessica Jones's name, but they mention
Yeah.
hired a PI.
Well, we should say
that
like
shit.
they were given an offer to $100 million each if they just quit right now, and
Yeah,
Joy doesn't want to take
everybody.
this.
We all watched the episode together on the internet.
Sure. So the thing he's referring to is that she has blackmail information for like all of them with like whores and stuff. So she got that
yeah.
from Jessica Jones.
So, but it's
a great PI when she's not drunk.
But it's even worse because she wanted to fight and like had this ace in the hole, but didn't tell her brother. So her brother had to go in and try to grovel for a deal, which makes now it's like, why didn't you just fucking tell me you had dirt on the whole board? We could fight him like this. Fuck. Like, why are we even doing this?
But
Fuck.
even with that, like he still was like, oh, we have to play the Danny card now and act like they're only being kicked out of this board because we wanted to be good humanitarians.
Well, that was before, and then she was like, no, I have all this dirt.
I think that's still the angle, though.
I don't know what the angle could be, because, like, best case, like
because they can't
why
publicize
fight?
that stuff.
But, like, why fight? Well, they would just be like, hey, unless you do whatever, this is going to get leaked. But, like, so, like, it's like take money or fight. $100 million is pretty good, especially if you didn't even want to be doing this in the first place and you can't get your inheritance unless you do. So it's either fight or just take some money. Do they just want more money? Because if they want to fight now, to do what? To get back on the board with all these people? Fire them all somehow? That's not going to work because they can just vote everything. That's crazy. What are you fighting for? You're a maniac.
I think it's that, A, they just like control. It's their family's company. They want to maintain that property control. And, like, they get to live like billionaires instead of being millionaires when they have this company at their disposal.
Yes, but I don't even see them using too much of that stuff.
No, and she still has that, like, apartment building she lives in.
Yeah, she still lives in, like, their house from when they were young and all that stuff.
Well, she lives in Danny's house.
You know what I'm saying. There, as in the Rands or whatever apartment. I don't know.
I wonder if that was company owned and that's how she could just seamlessly move into that one.
I guess. I always wonder about a lot of that stuff, though, when they're fighting to get back on to, after being ousted. It's like, I'm going to fight you and get back into those meetings with you every week or whatever. It always weirds me out.
Sometimes it's literally just to stick it to them.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to see my face every fucking day. Everything you vote on, I'm voting the other way. Fuck you.
I guess. I would just be like, well, all these people don't want me here. They're giving me this pile of money, and the whole reason I was staying was because I thought I wasn't going to get all my money.
But that was
so
the pile of
I'll
money
take some
they were
money.
insultingly offering Danny. So the idea of getting the insult number.
They want to go raise horses and take pills.
That's rumors. Well, that's true.
They have extracurriculars that they want to pursue. I don't know. That's just my perspective as a normal civilian, to which, for whom $100 million is like enough money.
Oh, yes.
I feel like they could be happy on $100 million. Go do some other shit. Whatever.
I feel like the taxes on just her house is like $500,000. Like,
yeah, that's fine.
It's a lot of money.
So she can only live there for the rest of her life?
Maybe. It's a lot of money. Just saying.
Yeah. Point is, so at the end, their whole arc ends. He keeps seeing blood, like, on his sleeve or on his hand.
Yeah, he's having issues.
I mentioned out loud, this is just some Macbeth shit. This is lame.
Sure.
He's like, the
Out
guilt
spot,
and the blood, fucking shit's happening. And, like, that eventually culminates. He's going to go, he's building up to, like, tell her about their father and all that stuff.
Yeah, but he can't get the words out. And I don't know if he, I don't think he should.
No.
And I don't know if he will, but maybe by the end of this season, we will see him really let her know
find
that,
out, right?
yeah,
Something
Dad
will
was
happen.
alive for, like, 12 and a half more years after you thought he was dead. Yeah, I saw him, like, all the time. Yeah. He liked you. Yeah.
He looked at you from, like, other, through windows occasionally.
Like a voyeur.
But,
That's all.
And she's like, can I talk to him? Oh, no, he's dead now. And you're like, oh, so you told me after he finally died for real? What the fuck? She'll be very upset.
Well, like, if you can put it into the context of, like, I couldn't tell you because we would die because he was being blackmailed by, but
no
that's
one on
very
shows
hard.
cares about that.
No, and they never even say that kind of stuff, it seems. They're never like, this is the reason, I had a good reason. They're just
I
like,
know.
nah.
I don't. That's a whole other tangential conversation. But yeah, I always wonder about that, where it's like, why did you set it up so that this guy would look good not telling the person, and then when they found out, and now this person hates that person for not telling them, did you not pass along that information?
Yeah.
And have it be a thing? Because now we need Because now that conflict's over, so we need a new conflict, and we have to act
Always
like
gotta
it's a
have
bad
conflict
thing.
that could be solved with 3-4 sentences.
Just say, it isn't what it looks like. Don't, like, 6 months later. What?
Yeah.
Anyway. So that's all done. He sees, like, blood, like, pouring out the elevator. It's
Yeah,
like The
some
Shining.
Shining shit, yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? So, like, and then he's like, I can't be here. And then kind of in a cool, like, I like when people are dicks where I'm not sure if it's like I'm being a dick to get this thing to happen that I want to happen or whatever. So he says all this shit to make her upset and then walks away or whatever.
I don't need your daddy issue bullshit pushed on me and put me on a pedestal.
I don't know if he's really feeling all that exactly or if he's, you know...
yeah, it's hard to say if that's him.
it.
If that's him, like unfiltered speaking because of how he feels, or if he's
Yeah.
saying that to avoid the actual talk.
Yeah, it kind of, I mean, you know, who knows why, but this kind of reminded me of when, like, Christian Bale as, like, Bruce Wayne would be like, oh, all you fucking people, who you think you are, and was just doing
Eat
that.
your free food and
yeah.
get out.
Oh, he's joking, he's so funny. I'm serious, get the fuck. And he's doing all that stuff to, like, make them go, oh, he's ridiculous, oh, and then leave.
Yeah.
And then the minute the guy's like, okay, let's do this. And, like, can just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
We
if,
didn't get
if
that
this
moment
was,
of
no,
like,
so,
clarity.
And he's so unhinged and stuff, so maybe this is just him venting. But I don't know why he would feel that way, because he just found out that she looks up to him, so why does he have all this pent up, you put me on a pedestal, like shit. I don't know. Who cares?
He's frail in the emotion department. He could easily swing.
He could be getting vibes, who knows?
Whatever.
So the last thing, unless you have other things besides this thing, we have the the Chinese Australian drunken master fight.
That was interesting.
I liked that.
He seemed to put up the best fight so far against
Which is a little
him.
weird, but
yeah,
sure.
I always think it's funny. Well, like, it makes kind of sense where it's like, okay, they're actually in China. This is where like their actual operation takes place, and this is the guy that guards the door to get in. So it makes sense that you'd put a good guy there. But at the same time, you're like, okay, we want to kill him in trial by combat. Why not bring your best fucking guys?
I know.
Unless you don't think very much of him then, and now it's like, no, now I really do think a lot of him, or I can never have my organization not defended by my best. Like,
and he was not there to wait for Mr. Iron Fist.
No.
He was just there.
That's just where he sits.
Where he's posted. So it's kind of like, okay. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and he just seemingly drinks at a pretty repetitious, like a good pace all day, because he was just drinking.
He was already drinking.
He's like, hey, you should get out of here. I want to get through that door. Drinking. I'm gonna fight you. Drinking. Physical movement. Drinking. I'm like, oh, this guy probably would die.
No, he'd probably die if he stopped drinking for even like 10 hours or whatever the fuck at this point. No, that's unrealistic and crazy, but I'm okay with that because again, it has to be weighed against like the payoff or whatever, and it was a pretty cool fight. I like I've been talking about, I like different fighting styles. There's that sword fight where like the like female, you know, guard comes over and I say out loud, "Girl fight," because there's always a fucking stupid thing where
she almost won,
where the girls have to fight. But yeah, but it was cool because she had like a different style with the two fingers and like the different kind of sword. I like stuff when people are doing different things to each other, and that was like the drunken versus the fisting sort of fighting, where you're like, okay, because we were even talking about, he's like headbutting and butt bumping and doing all these weird like falling down type stuff and smiling and goofing around. Like, that's pretty awesome.
I don't know how like damaging any of that was, but like he seemed to be doing it well.
It damages pride.
No, but I like that like the girl Colleen gets in a fight with that random girl soldier, and like it's like, oh, I'm finally fighting someone who's actually trained in combat. Oh no.
Yep.
And like if the night nurse wasn't there to throw her sword and like jump in with a car distraction, she would have died. Yeah.
Totally died. Yeah. And I don't know if like it was this person's just not pulling any punches and is not like a chump like gang member person, is an actual.
Yeah. You're fighting an actual trained hand member.
They're wearing uniforms. They're like fucking serious and all that stuff. Versus like other people we've seen, even with weapons, even with training.
Well, and she surprised the last guard, so that's how she beat that one so easily. This one saw her coming and like pulled the sword out.
That was cool too. They did the old like running with the feet close together. Run.
Yeah, that's an
hand
Asian
out,
thing.
Do this thing, pull the sword right at the right time. All that stuff. That was cool.
No, I enjoyed
a couple
it.
Cool fights in this.
Yeah, and so at the very end, we get a nice fight between her guards and their like full posse. Yep. They kill the guard. One guard kills the other guard, and then they knock out the last guard, and blow out a wall instead of hitting. You think he's gonna like kill Gao? Gao?
He would never kill Gao.
Well, maybe at the end. You think he's gonna kill her?
He would never kill Gao in episode 8.
Destroys the wall and it explodes in fiery fury, and his fist is like right by her face.
Yep.
And you're like, okay. And then she's like, "I'll come with you."
Right, and we already talked about all that, where it's like, why isn't she just like going, And like making everyone fly across the room
Yeah.
and then flying, taking out, and parasol and flying away like Mary Poppins or some shit.
Sure. No, I don't know. And hopefully we'll see that. It'll probably open like with them and her in the next episode.
We get to see how all this stuff kind of resolves. So we're right in the thick of it. There's not much point of predictions or whatever at this point.
Let's just hop into episode 9. So we'll see you guys in a little bit.
Hope we see a cameo soon.